is becoming quite popular.
It is, yeah. There's been a few changes. The price of things has really gone down, so the price of solar panels has really plummeted. There's a lot more industry that's able to install a system for you. Wind turbines, rural wind turbines, again have really become quite commercial now.
Batteries?
Yeah, that's probably the other really big thing. Battery systems have come down in price, and there's some really new big battery systems that are really designed for, say, a residential property off the grid that have really just come into the market. Some of that battery technology is actually being motivated by electric vehicle technology and also technology advancements in power electronics or small electronic devices. So yeah, huge technical advances, much lower prices, and therefore becoming off-grid is actually becoming commercially viable for a lot more people these days.
It must be changing a bit, because most people thought of off the grid as sort of men with long hair and women with hairy legs, and hippie type situations.
Yeah, not nowadays really. It's becoming much more an independence thing. People don't want to be subjected to really high prices from the power companies. Residential prices have escalated up, have increased a lot recently, and yeah, going sort of off-grid, even going partially off-grid if you're still tied to the grid for a residential house within the city, becoming really popular for a wide variety of people.
Are you looking at dairying and irrigation at all?
Yeah, I think they're possibly at this point in time a little bit too challenging for off the grid. We do use a lot of power, electricity for dairy, especially within the Canterbury region, for irrigation and also to run your dairy shed. We've actually had a student just look at all of those energy, not only the electricity, but all the energy that goes into fertiliser, that goes into all the other equipment on farm. And yeah, it is quite substantial, especially with intensification that's happened recently in the Canterbury region. The one thing we've actually found is that although we're using a lot more energy, a lot more power, a lot more fertilisers, and we're becoming a lot more intensive within dairy, we're actually being just as efficient. So although we're putting a lot more in, we are actually producing a lot more milk at the end of the day. And so actually, competitively, compared to other countries, we're actually still got this real competitive advantage over other countries in terms of producing dairy.
And obviously anybody who's living well out of town is going to be looking very favourably at being off the grid.
Yeah, if they've got a house and they're well out of town, then the cost of connecting to that grid is really expensive. Just that extra bit of line from your house to the edge of the road, so to speak, can be really expensive per metre. So in those applications, an off-the-grid system can actually provide a better system, cheaper system in the long run for those people.